Well, I guess all the talking's about to be done, right? And we get a scrap tomorrow. We get 3 more days of scrap, and hopefully for all our guys. And I know we're excited. I'm excited because, as a coach, we're healthy, and it's one of the first things you worry about as a coach is making sure everybody's healthy. And we had some really great workouts between the Big 12s and now, and we're pretty used to Tulsa. And I really like overall. I love our team mojo and I love our health. So, we'll see what happens.
Is there something to the idea about being in the same environment that you guys were at 2 weeks ago, or is that just not really?
It's probably a really good question, maybe a better question for Sunday, right? When we see the final scores. If we're where we want to be, we'll say Tulsa was super comfortable for us. But no, seriously, there is a super familiarity. I mean, we're in the same hotel we've stayed at for 6 times before as a staff, and so we know how to maneuver everything from meals to transportation. Our athletes just wrestled here, 9 days ago, so 10 days ago, whatever. So they're super comfortable with, the weight cutting facilities, just the whole process of what it takes to get ready to go each round. So, from that standpoint, it's good.
How have you seen Younger's mental turnaround?
Younger's had a really good in-between time, really good. I really, just to be honest, I didn't like his mojo going into the Big 12 championships. I don't know if he was tired or it was the mid-season blues or whatever, but we just didn't have great mojo coming into that weekend. I watched their body language and their energy and how much they smile, and he's a totally different guy now. Can you flip a switch and turn it around that quick? We'll see. He got a little dinged up early in the Big 12s, and I think it probably scared him more than anything. I think he might have popped a cartilage or in a rib or something, and he didn't deal with it well. And so he seems to be good. He trained really hard, last Friday, and then Sunday and Monday he got on the mat and went live 3 days. So that was really good. So we'll see. I think he's in a pretty good spot in the bracket, so it's time to roll.
You got David and Panero up here. David's been here, done that. Panero's the first time. What can Panero maybe learn from David's approach to this tournament?
Well, we put those guys in a room together just because they get along really good together, but I think they feed off each other too. Panero's got incredible energy for a freshman, and I think if you ask David, a demeanor and a confidence level that's just kind of unheard of as a true freshman. And I think David even shakes his head like, man, that dude thinks he can win all the time. And then I think David's got, that experience of how to get ready for each round and all those little details that you got to have. Everything from, wear this, don't wear that. Let's go get a workout in now before we, here's how we're going to make weight in the morning. Kind of those upperclassmen details, but they feed off each other very well.
Is this the first time they've roomed on the road together?
No, they've been together a lot this year. We put them together a lot, so it seems to work. Good chemistry. We try to get that chemistry even in the roommates because those two guys seem to hit it off really well.
Panero and Casey, I know you've been high on them all year and they've produced some pretty good moments, but this tournament's a little bit of a different beast than just some one-off duels or even the Big 12 championships. What's the dialogue been like this week to make sure that they're just more mentally ready than anything?
I just think they're really excited right now, and I don't think it's a situation where we really have to say much. I mean, you think about these kids that are at this tournament, a lot of them have been wrestling their whole lives. We're down to the best 33 kids in college wrestling at any level. And they've been in, a lot of them have been in big moments now. For Casey and Panero, it's going to be one of the biggest moments they've been in. But usually those kind of kids thrive in those environments, and they like wrestling in front of big crowds. And one good thing about, and it's a sales pitch for me when I recruit all the time, is one thing about it is when you wrestle at Iowa State, you're going to wrestle in front of a lot of big crowds all year long. I mean, I saw something that I think our social media people posted a month ago that, we set the record at Missouri, we set the record at UNI, we sold out Carver, and I think there's a couple more places we went this year where just huge crowds, and those guys love that, and they performed at it, and I think you've seen what the results have been. So I don't, they're not going to get, they're going to get beat because they maybe weren't the best wrestler at that time, they're not going to get beat because of the moment or the environment.
Sam Schuyler, Marcus Coleman, this is their final NCAA tournament. How have you really seen them, preparing? What's the conversations been like, if there's been any at all about it?
I think it's business as usual. And again, I think I see, you always see a little bit of a pep in everybody's step when you get here. And I see that with Marcus and I see that with Sam. Those two guys work awful hard. And I tell them all the time, you got that in your back pocket. It's nice to shake hands or get on the scale tomorrow morning knowing, hey, I know there's 32 other guys lined up beside me, but I don't know how many of them have worked harder than I have. So we got two guys with great work ethics, and if they go let it fly, they're going to love the results that they end up with on Saturday night.
Jason Kreischer, what did he kind of put together a couple weeks ago that you think can immediately translate to what he could do this week?
I think he's just getting confidence. I think he's just starting to get confidence that he can go with all of those guys. He had some big wins at the Big 12 for us. There's a couple matches there I don't think anybody thought he was going to beat. So you get a guy that goes to the Big 12 Championships unseeded, and I think we took 7 there, and he gets 4th, and he's unseeded. So I think that tells you, what kind of excitement and where he is right now mentally.
I know beginning of the season you guys set out your goals. One of them obviously is to bring a trophy home from this weekend. Now that you're here this weekend, what do you think it's going to take to do that?
We have to have a really good, especially Thursday night, Friday morning. Those are critical rounds. We got to really, we really got to battle Thursday night and Friday morning. Those are the rounds that, in my experience here, that you really got to be ready to go, whether you're on the front side or whether you're on the back side. You really got to be ready to go Thursday night and Friday morning, and then obviously carry that into Friday night. Saturday's gravy, I look at it. Saturday's gravy, but Thursday night and Friday, that's when you separate the men from the boys. That's cliche, but that's the truth. All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.